Hey guys, Tyro here, bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Rzhev Winter. Playing a few days spawning in the south. We have Charles Lee Ray as Ostia. Straight away locking in Spearhead. Teaming up with him is Dropy. Also is Ostia, who has elite troops, fortified armor, and Spearhead. These guys, random team. Both round rank 3000. Facing up against them, we have AssaultWheelbarrow as the Soviets on his loadout is shock rifle frontline, shock motor heavy, and Soviet combined arms army. Teaming up with him as the US forces is a Dullinstrument, who has infantry company, mechanized company, and heavy cavalry. These guys are a range team around rank 3000 as well. Whoa. So from Charles Lee Ray we're seeing a double machine gun and double pioneer build. Where's he seen his first machine gun? No, it's just feels like it's a bit slow getting here, but here it comes. Setting up in a nice position to stop these conscripts from AssaultWheelbarrow. Very rare sight there. Oh, and he's going to lose his combat engineer straight away. That is not so good. Perhaps distracted by this up here, but that's a real problem. He's having to rebuild those now, because otherwise he won't be able to tech. Obviously, conscripts do require some form of tech to support them. Losing combat engineers is just a big mistake. Oh, nice flank here by these rifles. Put some hurt on these pioneers. In fact, it's interesting. Oh my god, this is terrible from Dropy going for a mortar team this early on. May make sense if you're up against, you know. Oh, nice. Some conscripts with the Ura coming in flanking that machine gun. Anyway, about the mortar, might make sense if you're up against, like, you know, a lot of garrisons early on, but otherwise, on a map like this, not recommended at all. But somehow didn't remaneuver his conscripts behind that machine gun and took a lot of damage from that mortar team being at that close range. Let's retreat there. Looks like these conscripts are also running into the machine gun, being forced away.
Our brave infantry is dying.
Squad down for Dropy as well. So it looks like Dullinstrument's got off to a pretty strong start. It's now floating a lot of resources. If he's gone for the captain, probably should have made another rifle squad. Otherwise his tick should be underway, and it's not. So yeah, no matter which way he's going, probably should have made an extra rifle squad, and definitely should have started his tick by now. So Wheelbarrow going for shock rifle frontline. Could run into troubles if we see fortified armor from Dropy Elephant very strong in the middle of this map. So is the Yak Tiger, and the AS2's a bit too slow to outmaneuver it. SimCity noob. This guy's just having a laugh.
Our bunker can now accommodate an MG-42. The enemy is attacking.
Conscripts coming down here, but there are two machine guns. He not going to get anywhere. Really needs a light vehicle down here. So that's 3 machine guns in total for Charles Lee Ray. He also lost one of his pioneers. So yeah, I mean, there's not much to be gained by Assault Wheelbarrow right now. He should either make a mortar team or, and you know, just scout the locations of the machine guns with his conscripts, then run back with them, try and crawl out of the arc whilst blowing the hell out of them with the mortar team. And he's getting a mortar team now. Did he get medics? No. It just seems like he's quite low on manpower. Must have bled a lot from his conscripts, and of course he lost that combat engineer. Here is the 222 for Dropy. Interesting to see Charles Lee Ray hasn't put his tier 2 down. Usually when you see a heavy machine gun build like this, it's to go for a fast tier 2. Oh, okay, we got some tech coming in from Assault Wheelbarrow. It's going to have 40 fuel spare. The good thing though for the allies is their fuel hasn't been harassed at all because of that strong start. Oh, maybe this is why he's been called some senior. I don't even notice this. Got a fighting position over here, getting bombed out by a mortar team though. I'm surprised. There's range from all the way over there. It's going for another one. I would not recommend going for another one. Maybe in like a real defensive position here, but with a 222 on the field, can quite easily knock it down. So here comes the Stuart. Actually, like pretty reasonable timing for the Stuart. Definitely, you can see from the amount of manpower he's floating, he could have fit an extra rifle squad in. But despite being, you know, a bit late on his tech, it didn't actually impact his Stuart timing that much. Oh, is this going to take a Faust here? No, he's driving through the smoke. Oh, and here come the Shreks. Oh, that's dead. Maybe not. Oh, maybe not. Oh man, they're so lucky 222 didn't chase there. That's insane. And I mean, that could have taken a Faust as well, where he drove into the smoke, diving, oh, dodging the Faust essentially. So yeah, that would definitely should be a dead Stuart there. Gotta be careful with your Stuart. Avoided taking a Faust at pretty much all costs.
We are losing a sector.
Because I mean, if there wasn't a shrieked up Panzer Grenadier there, there very well could have been an anti-tank gun instead. So taking a Faust there, you know, should have spelt death, but obviously no Faust from Dropy, but a misplay from him. Okay, mortar teams flushed this machine gun out of the building down here. Looks like he wants to get back in it. Conscripts ooh-ahing in. That's actually going to leave this exposed now. Going to be open for capture. His tank gun coming in for Dullinstrument as well as an ambulance. Once again, both these players floating a lot of resources.
We have a new scout car.
Oh my god, Charles Lee Ray going for a 222 and a half track. Very late in the game. Half track at this point kind of makes a little bit of sense, especially with his high support weapon play, but 222 it's just way too late. Oh, he's gone for the flamer half track. And we've actually got anti-tank grenades from Assault Wheelbarrow. He's probably going to save his conscript squad as a result. Often you see players not go for anti-tank grenades first, go for the light vehicle first. especially if the game's this close. Maybe if you're, getting beaten up really badly, you might go for a anti-tank grenades first and then team that up with an anti-tank gun. But if you're, close to even on resources, you should get your light vehicle out first so you can just fight it out instead of just bleeding manpower on your squads. Get some veterancy on your light vehicle as well. Especially when your light vehicle, SU-76 or T-70 is obviously vastly superior to the 222. Machine gun's been parked in that building for a while. No healing actually from AssaultWheelbarrow. This is where he could... Oh no, I was going to say where he could use his allies' ambulance, but it's actually driven onto the other side of the map. So scratch that. Now also got some unfavourable base spawns. This one in the very far corner there. Looks like a similar situation for Charles Lee Ray. So sharing ambulances is actually not that easy with those base spawns. It's got quite a long run. Looks like he wants to soft retreat to the ambulance, but he's suffering a lot of manpower bleed. He has to abandon that. Got an anti-tank gun here. But it's actually attacking infantry right now. C-76 having some troubles on the ice. Anti-tank gun coming up now. Needs to use attack ground perhaps. I think he's lost sight of it. He's chasing. He's chasing. Oh, he can't see it. You can see the tracks though. Oh, but he's not going to use attack ground. Probably best to go for an attack ground Hail Mary there. Here comes 222. Always exposing the flank of his SU-76. I think in this case maybe should try to back away towards the base, try to face the 222, try to take it on. I don't think he'll get away here. Yeah, doesn't get away. I think he had time to, back away this way. His 222 is coming in here, and because he knows Charles Lee Ray, doesn't have any snares himself, probably could have made that work. Maybe if there was a threat of a grenadier back here, going to Faust, maybe that would be a bad idea, but not in this case. And just, yeah. I suppose he wasn't exactly sure where this Shrek squad was, but it obviously would have been worth the shot because it was going to die either way. So we've got some tank traps here. Dullinstrument getting a fortified position cooking. And a pack outs here as well. AssaultWheelbarrow really needs medics. Sending all these squads in here on low health is costing them a lot of manpower. In fact, it's probably already could have saved 250 manpower worth just by getting his medics earlier. Oh, incendiary from this commander. I can understand Dullinstrument trying to play this way, more defensive style, and not trying to push in here until he gets his forward retreat point up, because obviously if he has to retreat with quite a few of his squads, it would leave his pack out to exposed and ambulance exposed too, and that could be very costly. Looks like he's sending some squads in now. Perhaps not this low health squad. Perhaps they should go back for some healing first. But they're running straight into the machine guns once again. They're being forced to retreat. Bring in the smoke, but the double 222s there, it doesn't really matter, they'll just drive forwards and inflict the damage anyway. Here come the conscripts forward once again. This. Okay, it's coming. Both these have taken snares, but he's bleeding a tremendous amount of manpower here. Here comes the Stuart from the side though. And his tank gun is there. 1222 goes down. His tank gun not being brought up. Stuart does no, he's going to take a Faust. No Faust. Takes down the 222. He's on a rampage. And now he gets Fausted and he's on the ice. He's in big trouble. Incendiary artillery coming down. His tank gun in a bit of trouble. On the Panzer Grenadiers. In fact, Panzer Grenadiers on the retreat path of the Stuart, but they're not being brought over to damage it. Here they come now. Shock troops need to stay right on top of them. Oh, down goes the Stuart.
We have lost an MG team.
Oh, G team. Oh, gets torched out by the incendiary artillery. So yeah, shock troops there, I think they made a slight mistake, tried to throw a grenade as they were approaching, where it's quite obvious that these Shreks would want to try and chase or go after the Stuart, so he should have just keep like running on them as close as possible. Should try to throw a grenade from medium range. And also when he was fighting with those Grenadiers, I think his shock troops were shooting at the squad that was further away rather than the closer one for a while, so need to retarget that. Got a bunker down here. Sieged out by this M1. Should allow the M1 to attack it directly, I think. It's going to cost them a bit of manpower, especially with the double mortars lining up. Oh! Ouch. This is okay, he needs this out on the field right now to act as his forward retreat point. Got a fuel cache down here. Trying to level up the playing field. We've got a couple caches down for the Axis. Here comes the first medium tank of the game, the Charles Lee Ray. Going to flank around behind this M1. M1 going to try and just get the kill on the half track. No, it's not on prioritized vehicles. Big mistake. Luckily he is taken down by the anti-tank gun, but quickly gets knocked out. I mean, taken down by the mortar. And the anti-tank gun gets knocked out. Going to take double anti-tank grenades here though. Oh no, here comes the Sturmpanzer. Oh, monster shot. It's down 7 conscripts there, I think it was. 5, okay. Slight exaggeration. Yeah, and here is the nightmare situation, having to retreat. Luckily, they didn't actually push forwards that far. Didn't find the retreating pack house and ambulance. Yeah, all these fighting positions are going to go down here. Oh, KV-8. Oh, I don't really like. I don't really like this too much. Oh, depends how the next few minutes go. because they are after all facing against the Strupper, so yeah, that's not so good at anti-tank. And the KV-8's armor is decent against Panzer IV. Depends, you know, if they hold on to their fuel, and he's got enough fuel for the IS-2 by the time it's 13 CPs, then I think this is a fair decision. Has he got medics now? Yeah, he's now, but it's a bit late. Oh, we got a Jackson from Dullinstrument. Ooh, oh, that is okay. That makes things a lot better for the Allies now taking down that Shrek squad. That opens up the door for this KV-8 a lot more. I think there's only one anti-tank gun for the Axis at the moment. Don't know, there's two, but they're both on the other side of the map. Oh, be careful going over that ice. M1 still available here. I mean, look, poised to go on the ice. Look at that. It's just hanging in there. In fact, if that ice refreezes, it looks like it will get stuck. Oh, Mortar's finally opening up the door for a cap in the middle. Guys are quite behind on VPs. One combat engineer available for repairs. Oh, frag bombs coming in there. Bit of a misuse from Charles Lee Ray. Best to use this on weapons teams, really. But I mean, you know, as you saw, it blew up a lot of ice. So it can be useful on these ice maps for sinking tanks. Or perhaps blocking their retreat paths. Try to put down a mine on the ice, but he's in full view there. I hope that that doesn't actually work. Okay, now we've got another anti-tank gun. Dropy. Dullinstrument does need to regather his anti-tank gun. Oh, he's making another Jackson. Oh, well, if he takes this out. Oh, but now we've got all three anti-tank guns on this side, and this is what you have to fear. Jackson will die to 3 anti-tank gun hits, and there's 3 anti-tank guns in one really tight cluster here for the Axis. He's got to be careful with those Jacksons. Ooh. Two Panzer IVs here. Taking a decent chunk of damage here though from the Jackson and the Zis. In fact, it looks like one of them's going to go down. Perhaps two of them. They're just derping out massively, spinning around in circles. Jackson coming back in. Where are those anti-tank guns? Oh, they got cleared out by the incendiary artillery. Needs to pop. Oh, he did pop smoke on this one. There they go. Both Panzer IVs down. This gets cleared out, but it's too late. The damage has been done. Massive misplay by Charles Lee Ray there. He saw his Panzer IV spinning around in circles for a long time there. But there was a pretty good use of the Jackson. You know, he kited back for a while. Then as soon as they decided to start retreating, he's, you know, made good use of his 20 range advantage with the Jackson. Uh-oh. But there's a Panther here now. Resistance support, and there's a conscript squad, and he's got the high velocity armor piercing rounds equipped. Gives him that 40 bonus damage and about a bonus penetration. I think it's like 20 bonus penetration. Something in that region. Uses attack round there. Uh-oh, one more shot and he's dead. Uses smoke to try to cover his retreat here. Yeah, he's really paying the price for only having one combat engineer. AssaultWheelbarrow probably needs 2. Jackson doing some good attack rounds here. Not on prioritized vehicles though. Gotta be on prioritized vehicles because you don't want a shot to, you know, for your tank destroyer to retarget itself. That infantry squad wastes a shot on an infantry squad because it's very unlikely to do any damage to it. And then, you know, whilst it's reloading, an enemy tank could come push in and perhaps kill you as a result of that. Oh man. AssaultWheelbarrow going for T-34-76. Probably would have recommended not teching and going straight for the IS-2. Not sure how closely they were paying attention to the commander selections. Because, I mean, I suppose they don't know if 100% they're up against no elephants yet. Because both of them have selected the same commander. I'm not sure if they've both revealed if they've got smoke. And then maybe they could have thought the frag bombs came from one player. Oh my god! This thing is tearing it up. 26 kills. Oh, he's using the KV-8 and the pea shooter. Not recommended at all. No, now it switches back. Oh, but it's on the ice. It's taking a lot of damage. 3 anti-tank guns here. Oh no, this Jackson could die in one shot. He's popped smoke himself. 1, 2, 3. There it goes. Jackson down. KV-8 coming in doing a suicidal push. 4 anti-tank guns. Frag bombs coming in too. Is this using its barrage? Carnage. Shock troops up here doing some damage. Clearing out one of them. Oh, we got some rockets coming in from the Panzerwerfer. Okay, the scatter is unfavourable. Doesn't clear out the Zis. Zis actually can't retreat over that. Oh no, there's a block of ice undestroyed. So a lot of carnage there. Losing the Jackson I think was unavoidable against that many anti-tank guns, but losing the KV-8 he definitely should not have pushed in there. That was folly. Okay, this is actually a good response. Katyusha from AssaultWheelbarrow. If you're facing off against this many anti-tank guns, you have to have a Katyusha, and perhaps this is where going for tier 4 is actually going to help the allies. Got some recon planes coming in from Dropy. Good news though is that the vetted up Jackson didn't die, it was the unvetted one, so all is not lost. He's going for another Jackson. I think, you know, with the amount of manpower Dullinstrument's been floating, obviously should rebuild some squads. But also at some stage maybe could have thought of building a cache himself. Rebuilding his re-echelons, building a cache, and then they also would open up the possibility of going for the Pershing. which I feel like is a safer choice against this many anti-tank guns. You know, at risk of losing it to one burst, especially because of the armor of the Pershing. Can occasionally bounce shots as well as extra health. Let's try to use attack ground missing here. Could get the kill on this Panther here. Panther pops smoke. Jackson switches targets. Jackson actually has a quite fast turret rotation. Is that a veterancy bonus? Vehicle sighting, I wonder. Forgot to add the veterancy descriptions after the jerry can patch. Whoops. Is that major artillery? Oh, it is. That's nice to see. Did he rebuild another squad of Rangers? Oh man. Dullinstrument, his tank micro has been quite good in this latter portion of the game, but his infantry preservation has really fallen off. Lost all of his squads. Something he needs to pay more attention to.
We got a new unit ready and on the field.
Okay, looks like the Axis is ready to make a push. I don't think these anti-tank guns are prioritized vehicles either. Oh, Panther just going straight into the middle, straight into the Dragon's Den. And yeah, this is the problem. When you don't put your anti-tank guns on prioritized vehicles, you start shooting at infantry. Looks like the site is actually being blocked by this tree here. And they're shooting at infantry as well, I think. What is this Panther doing? What is it doing? Okay. Jackson wants to come back in for the killing blow. Panther spinning around in circles. He's abandoned. Oh, but he's going to run into the 3 anti-tank guns. Oh, and he goes down. Oh no. Frag bombs try and clear out this Panther. Should be able to do the job. But anti-tank guns getting knocked out by all these infantry squads.
We have casualties.
Looks like some carnage went down here.
Opponents are seizing a sector.
Katyusha must have been. The Allies getting very low on VPs. Oh man, that Strupper doing the work. 41 kills. All those anti-tank guns going down is actually really good. And Charles Lee Ray going for mass Panzer Grenadier rebuy. Probably should get some pioneers to try and recruit these anti-tank guns with, and also help them get more units on the field quickly rather than queuing up all these units from one structure. Also with his building placement, I'll probably put his buildings closer to the front lines, that way when his infantry spawns it doesn't spawn from back here, spawn from up here. I mean, you know, save him like 7 to 10 seconds, something like that. Could make all the difference. And now he spends one of those Panzer Grenadier crews trying to get one of the anti-tank guns in. He's going to lose it straight away. This stage I'd say Panzer Grenadiers not that much use unless you can upgrade them with the Shreks. better off going for grenadiers. Obviously, it doesn't have its tech structure, but maybe he should maybe he should build it just so he can get grenadiers. Honestly, Allies, yeah, really these VPs ticking in their favour. Should be their #1 priority. Where's this Katyusha? Okay, it's already fired. I wasn't paying attention to that. Dullinstrument, look at all this manpower he's floating. He has rebuilt his rear echelons though. That is a good thing. Looks like now he's going for the Pershing from the amount he's floating. Oh, we got a few nasty mines down here. Is he going for sweepers? No. I suppose they haven't had really any reason to go for sweepers because I don't think they've run over any mines. And it looks like he dodged a bullet there, almost running over some mines. And could have gone very wrong. He's pushing down this side with his tanks. Good choice. Trying to put some pressure on this VP because obviously the center one has a lot of units nearby. And he does. He clears out that machine gun, opening up the cap down here. At the very least, it's neutralized at 10 VPs. Oh, he switches to the old pea shooter. His tank gun's being wheeled down here now. He's trying to flank with it. Switches back to the flamethrower. T-34 comes in for the chase a bit too late. I would recommend almost never switching to the pea shooter. With the aka the 45mm gun on the KV-8, at least you're facing off against, you know, like a light vehicle, maybe a Lux, something like that. Oh no, driving on the ice gets sunk, and here comes a Tiger for Charles Lee Ray. That spells bad news for the Allies, especially because, well, is he? What happened to the anti-tank gun? Is he sending it back for heals? Okay. Dullinstrument actually very close for his Pershing now. Very close to the amount of resources. Still not using prioritized vehicles. He's in range of the anti-tank gun now. Yep. Just to get out of there. But once again, you know, his Jackson use is pretty sound. Going for mash ranges here. You know, I think riflemen are better. He's actually kind of lucky that his teammate has gone for conscripts, because otherwise they would have a lot of trouble snaring the enemy's vehicles. I think 2 Rangers is probably the maximum you should ever get in terms of manpower upkeep. And yeah, obviously having access to snares is very, very useful. But then again, you know, maybe he can't even get his rifleman to Vet 1 because his preservation's so bad. Ooh, Pershing going on the ice. My cheeks are clenched. Gets a good wipe there. Nothing nearby to stop him. Oh man, Tiger suppose it's rear armor to this anti-tank gun. Does he have? He's got nothing to repair this with. The perils of going for 4 Panzer Grenadiers in a row. Don't have anything for repairs. Panther going after the Jackson is not crewed right now. He's got the recon planes giving them this line of sight. Gets back in time. Nice reactions there. Oh, but down goes the Vet 3 Jackson. I mean, honestly, I can't really blame him too much for that Jackson loss. I don't know if I would have even noticed the recon plane in that situation. This is not, this is not a fight I want to take right now, head to head. 2 Panthers versus the Pershing. Needs anti-tank gun support, and here comes one now. The thing that seems to be going right for the Allies right now is Charles Lee Ray deciding to spam Panzer Grenadiers and loads of them getting wiped. Double anti-tank guns lining up on these Panthers. Oh, this one's still wheeling itself forwards. Okay, in comes the incendiary artillery. Looks like it's out of range of the anti-tank gun though. And here comes the Strupper, so this is going to come to a halt. Oh my god, this is so risky. Look at all this ice. What is this doing? Oh my god. Must be counted as being on the ice on that tiny little corner there. Seems like the Katyusha's been getting some good hits. Vet 2 now, that's when it gains its cooldown bonus. Su-85. Still surprised we're not seeing a IS-2. Yet honestly, like if you refund the resources from Su-85, you could have an IS-2. Uh-oh. Okay, Pershing lives to fight another day. Or maybe it doesn't, it's on the ice. Panther charging forwards, he's got the recon plane going. No, Panther not going forwards. I mean, obviously would want to chase onto the ice, but, you know, just to the edge. Why didn't he get himself a kill off the Pershing? No, he's going to go in for it? Perhaps not. There's this. So low on health. Bounces 3 shots in a row. Yeah, I was going to get wiped. Still, the Allies hanging on for dear life. 6 VPs left. Got nothing covering this VP at all. This is where a machine gun could really come in handy. Some Maxim to cover the VP. There's some major artillery coming in somewhere. No? Oh, incendiary artillery. Runs into the base MGs.
We have lost a squad.
So a very strong position up here for Dropy. He's got a lot of tanks. Has he got a Tiger? Did he lose one of his Panthers? I thought he had 2 Panthers.
losing a sector.
Yes, okay.
The enemy
Oh.
has broken our supply lines.
AssaultWheelbarrow getting very aggressive here, but he's going to find the second Tiger. Tiger got its rear armor exposed. And the T-34 knocks it out. SU-85 goes down, but that's a good trade.
Our opponents are
T-34 coming in.
sector.
Oh no, don't lose this. Why did he retreat this way? Sounds like he went for a ram there, but it didn't work.
We have lost one of our armored
If he just retreated his T-34 out like to the left, we could have saved it there. So misplay. Oh no, the Jackson! What is this thing doing? Oh man, he's running the gauntlet here. Anti-tank guy's not repositioning, but it doesn't even matter. Gets blasted by all these tanks. This is where the major recon pass can actually come in handy. Oh, grenade takes down the Tiger on the ice. Oh man. Hey, look at that. Instant vet 3 for that squad. Oh, he was playing with fire the whole time. Maybe he lost his other Panther to the ice as well. I'm not sure. Nice work though, nice grenade there. I'm kind of surprising he actually took grenades on Rifleman, considering he didn't have them for most of the match. Okay, one anti-tank gun goes down. Decides to get out of there. Reversing over the ice. Oh man. Oh, these guys are giving me a heart attack. Oh, T-34 actually got abandoned, going to be repaired up by Charles Lee Ray. Grenade goes in. Actually might be able to clear this in machine gun. Yep, there it goes. Pushing not back up to full where he wants to come in, join in on the fun.
Enemy forces are securing our territory. The enemy has destroyed one of our forward installations.
No, apparently he's gone AFK. No, he's not AFK. Maybe he thought he was AFK because he has no units, basically. But he's not AFK. And, you know, there's so many support weapons here, the Axis could recrew them. Make a massive army extremely quickly. I think maybe Dropy, disheartened by the fact that he lost his Panther and his Tiger and his Stupper all to the ice. I suspect all to the ice. I'm not 100% sure about the Panther, but I suspect.
We have 200 points remaining.
So yeah, where we went wrong for Charles Lee Ray, obviously when he started spamming Panzer Grenadiers. Generally they're, you know, maybe you can have one or two.
Ready for assignment.
But yeah, definitely should have
Have a new sniper
made
under
Pioneers to
our
recrew his team weapons to actually be able to repair his tanks once he got some tanks. His tank control is obviously very bad, constantly exposing the rear armor of his Tiger. He's going after this Pershing though. Just keep chasing.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
Oh, he abandons the chase, pops smoke. May actually get away here. As for Allies, you know, Dullinstrument was microing his Jacksons very well, but at the cost of all his squad preservation. I think he should have gone for Pershing perhaps after his first Jackson. It's a bit easier to keep alive with its high armor and health against all enemy anti-tank guns. And you know, perhaps he wouldn't then have had to micro his tanks so much and actually preserved his squads. And also his manpower float was in the zone of 800 basically the entire game. As for AssaultWheelbarrow, I obviously mentioned he probably should have gone for his light vehicle before anti-tank grenades, and probably should have made it a T-70, easier to control than the Su-76. And if you got it at the early timing, pre-anti-tank grenades, probably could have done quite a lot of damage. Also disappointing to never see him get the ice too.
The enemy has 75 points remaining. You are suited for command. Down before he drops another one. You're ready to go, comrade.
But I feel like the Axis, you know, they could have won this one. This VP I mentioned was undefended for a long period of time. There was a mistake from the Allies. Really needed at least a machine gun down here to hold on to this VP. I mean, they could have stolen this one even. Because, you know, when your opponent's at 6 VPs, you know, 1 VP undefended, very easy to cap. Pretty sure they neutralized this one and this one at one point. Could have been the game for the Axis.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Even though they're so far behind on
Combat engineers
the
are
army.
standing by. The enemy is down to 25 points. Victory is in our grasp.
And yeah, many times, well, it looks like they've corrected their mistakes, but many times anti-tank guns weren't on prioritized vehicles for both teams,
An infantry squad
which I mentioned before. But I mean, the other benefit for having your anti-tank units on
half-track has arrived.
prioritized vehicles is they won't reveal themselves shooting at infantry, so you can kind of conserve them and sneak them into positions. Here they can prey on the enemy's tanks.
The people anticipate our victory.
So they're revealing their position so the enemy knows to avoid them. And there we go, we got to see a lot of tanks running into a lot of anti-tank guns from both sides. But ultimately the Allies squeaked the win. Definitely well within the Axis's grasp, though I think Dropy probably threw the game with all his tanks driving over the ice. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next throwing installment. Goodbye and good luck.